PUBG fans, Porosaurus here with this edition of Friendly Fire, the ESL Masters edition. We're going to start off right now with the players. I have with me two players from two of the hottest teams in North America right now. Going to be Snakers and Vegas. Boys, how you doing today?
Doing pretty good.
So the first thing we're going to talk about today is what's been working well for your teams so far. Now, Snakers, Oath is in fourth place with 100 points, not far from first. What's been the key to your team's success so far this tournament?
Honestly, I would say Kickstart. Like, we've been playing pretty well as a team, but even in our downs, he's definitely been bringing us up and clutching points whenever he can.
I think we would all agree with you that Kickstart is pretty useful.
I would say so.
Sometimes I get messages after the game and like before I actually know what the result of the game was, and it's like, God, I love being carried from some members of Oath, so I'm glad that
it's a lot easier to get carried, and especially when the backpack's as big as Kickstart's.
That's how it goes.
Vegas, Zenith is currently a team with 2 new members, and yet you're still in the top 6, very much within striking distance of first. What do you think is allowing for your team's success?
I think our team has a lot of like overall experience from the last couple of years. That's helped us do well, like initially, even without like sorting out everything perfectly team-wise. We're top 6, but we don't even have a win yet, and after 12 games, so we're looking to come out strong next week, and I think we'll be good.
There's a lot of cadets floating around in these big teams these days, isn't it?
Yeah, well, we're the best. You know, we practice together every day, and now cadets are the best for sure.
Kickstart just joined your team from Zenith, and he's currently 3rd in overall damage, tied for 1st place in kills with Pencil from SDK, yada, yada, yada. We've already sung enough about Kickstart at this point. As a player who's won the most damage award from PCS 1 and 2, how big of an impact would you say that he and his damage he's putting out is making on your team?
Well, Kick definitely has like a huge impact in terms of damage. And like, I also feel like I changed as a player from being less of like just shooting at everything back in PCS 1 and 2. But especially now, having someone like Kickstart that obviously gets a lot more like kills and damage than we're used to. Like he's almost like doing what I used to do right now, because it's like 2 people fighting for kills instead of like 1 now, if you know what I mean.
Okay, so make some predictions for this weekend. Obviously, we're going to be showing this right at the beginning of the grand finals. So currently, Oath has 1 chicken dinner. Zenith has 0. What team do you think will end up with the most chicken dinners at the end of the tournament?
Honestly, I think we'll have the most. Like, we generally get a lot of wins. Like, we had the most wins overall last year. And like, it's kind of our style. Like, you guys have seen, we'll get like 0-point games, and then we'll just come out with like a 13 kill win. Like, that's how we get a lot of our points. And I think we definitely could have had way more wins this week. Like, we lost a few games that we should have won. But like, in our usual playstyle, I feel like we'll definitely end with more wins than Zenith at least.
All right. Well, I mean, just want to point out back to group stage in the harder lobby. We won 3 games in 1 day in ESL, so we've got the potential. It's there. So still 12 games left. I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least 2 more wins next week. We had just a rough first week, no wins. It's whatever. You know, not everything goes your way. I wouldn't be surprised if we get at least 2 wins next week. So I guess it just depends on if both want to show up or not next week, or Kickstart, sorry. But if Kickstart wants to show up next week, we probably both get 2 wins next week.
I'm playing with fire, referring to the qualifiers lobby as the harder lobby right there.
Hey, we got 3 wins in that lobby too.
Yeah,
okay?
exactly.
So at least we'll tie next week, if anything.
Okay, we've gotten to the fun part, and I know this is the part that Vegas was excited about. This is a trash talk segment. Snakers, who do you think wins the 1v1?
Honestly, I think it's a good 50-50. More 60-40 for me, though, sometimes.
I can check my notepad, but I'm pretty sure after about 380 1v1s, we're within 1 or 2. It's even. I've got it tracked.
Wait,
so
you have 380? I only have 362.
Okay, well, it's close. I mean, you were really young, you had school and everything. I get it, but I think you're catching up. So we're pretty 50-50. You know, I think it's a pretty even fight.
Who's better at close range?
I have my days, honestly. Just depends. Depends how confident I'm feeling.
Yeah, I think I think with me and Snakers in every category, it depends on the day for sure.
Snakers, you pick up an arm if it's in the final circle?
Oh, definitely. That gun is insane. All you gotta do is body shot someone, and that you either hit them for 90 or they're just dead. So it's kind of free.
we can all agree that we're both going to be a little bit pissed off that it's not an MK14.
I might say that, man, I wish that was an MK14, like in my team comms, but in my heart, like I really wanted that crate to be an OM, I think.
It's like, just want to let them know. Gotta let them know. But I'm gonna actually do something even rarer for you two, and I'm going to give you a chance to say something nice about the other one. Snakers, what nice thing can you say about Vegas?
Vegas is like a super like dedicated player, and he'll always be looking for like ways to improve and like just improve individually in his game.
Vegas, same question.
I think Snakers is really good at doing multiple things in real life and still maintaining like a really high skill ceiling in PUBG. Like Snakers in college now. Snakers has a lot of work to do. He's been through a lot, you know, going to Korea while still doing school, and he still maintains consistently over the course of years to be one of the best players. So
actually is incredibly impressive stuff, Snakers. Good for you, buddy. All right, with the grand finals final weekend coming up this weekend, you guys are both in fantastic striking position for that first place spot. Vegas, what does Zenith need to do to take home that final championship?
I think we need to keep doing what we're doing in a grander scheme, and I think this 1 week reset and the scrims are really going to help us just narrow down the last couple like overall strategy things. But I think a lot of the mistakes we made this week were not really team-related things. I think it was a little bit of small individual mistakes that were the difference between getting 8 points in the game and getting 15 points in the game. Like we were really close, but we just weren't there.
Now, Snakers, I know going into this weekend, Oath basically ran the table in terms of scrims. I mean, every single day y'all had the most amount of points out of everybody. But hey, it's scrims, right? What do you guys need to do going into this final weekend to take home that championship?
We definitely need to start closing out more games, which we're normally good at, but we've been slacking a little bit. And I think if like all of us show up instead of like only 2 of us or only 1 of us, then we're definitely going to dominate.
So everybody showing up, that is the answer.
You know, if we got me and Kickstar both getting 25 kills, we're winning for sure.
That will do it. Sure. Thank you guys so much for joining me. We're going to see how well you two do this next weekend. I think a lot of people out there are rooting for you. You have any shout outs you want to give on your way out, Snakers?
Definitely shout out to all the fans and the viewers who always support us, and Oath, and just all the PUBG fans.
Shout out to my family that watches all the games whenever they are. I appreciate it greatly.
Love you, Mr. Scott. All right, that is going to do it for this one. Thanks for watching this edition of Friendly Fire, and make sure to watch the thrilling conclusion of the PUBG ESL Masters America Grand Finals coming up this weekend.